Please.
This call is now being recorded.
For the layer of atom with an alloy.
Okey, baik. Okey, awak tengok sekejap back balik yang tadi tu. Gambar tadi tu.
Dah.
Okey, yang dekat sinilah yang saya nak cakap berkenaan dengan dia punya first kenapa dia adalah ductile and also malleable. Okay, when there is an empty space ataupun hollow space, okay, as you look at the diagram on your left hand side, okay, so it the atoms, okay, of the similar size, okay, can easily slide over. Okay, itulah yang menyebabkan pure metal ni is ductile and also malleable. Senang dibentuk, senang dilentur. Okay, because dia orang boleh slide over dengan senang. Okay, dia orang boleh slide over dengan senang. But tetapi if kita put another foreign atom inside the empty space, okay, as you look at on your right hand side, okay, dia akan automatically disturb the arrangement of the atom. Okay, dekat dalam metal tu. Kalau metal tu elok aja kan, dia punya susunan tu, but then you put another foreign substance ataupun atom, okay, so apparently dia akan kacau dia punya pembentukan tu. So after they disturb the orderly arrangement of the atom, okay, and then awak tengok perkataan tu, it reduce the layer of atom from sliding each other. Okay, thus an alloy is stronger and harder than its pure metal. Itulah yang menyebabkan alloy tu lagi susah atau bukan susah, dia lagi kuat. Okay, dia lagi kuat, okay, than its pure metal. Awak kena faham sebab alloy ni adalah dia gabungan beberapa atom menyebabkan dia jadi alloy. Okay, alright, so next slide.
Justify the use of alloy based on their compositions and properties. This table can see in textbook in page
258.
258. Let's sambung ni.
Zam. Macam ni ada. Zam.
Okey, tak apa. Yang ni memang tak apa. Yang ni memang kena baca Okey, cumanya saya nak awak tekankan dekat beberapa benda. Okey, yang famous adalah bronze. Okey, awak kena tahu macam mana nak hafal benda ni Okey, dalam bronze ada composition of copper and also tin. Kalau saya nak ingat dia adalah brocoti. Okey, brocoti. Okey, kalau brass, okey, bronze dan juga brass ni dua benda ni adalah famous Okey, kalau brass pula brakuzi. Okey, awak ingat jacuzzi, so awak ingat brakuzi. Okey, ni catatlah. Okey, brakuzi, brocoti. Alright. Kalau stainless steel pula, yang ni dia macam saya tak ingat sangat lah. CCNI macam tu lah. Okay. Carbon, chromium, nickel and also iron. CCNI. Okay, CCNI. Okay, so tiga benda ni, bronze, brass and also stainless steel adalah among yang famous lah. Okay, dia famous dekat dalam SPM. Okay, so kalau kita tengok stainless steel dibuat dekat dalam cutlery. Okay, why? Sebab apa? Sebab dia adalah resistance to corrosion. Okay, kalau besi biasalah iron. Okay, for example iron. Kita basahkan dia and at the end of the day dia akan karat, betul tak? Tu sebab barang-barang sudu, garpu semua tu dia kena made up of stainless steel. Okay, supaya dia tidak berkarat. Okay. Baik. Alright. So dah habis. Okay. Dah kan Alex kan?
Dah.
Alright. Next group. Oh, Kimi, Deb, Ume and also Aina. Oh, nak saya present lah ni kejap. Okay. Okay, you can start now.
Composition of glass and its uses. So basically, glass is made from silica. The differences is the silica are heated with other chemicals to produce various type of glass with different properties. Next, but however, all of the glass type have the same basic properties, which is chemically inert, insulate heat and electricity, hard but brittle, waterproof and transparent. Okay, next slide. Types of glass. There are 4 types of glass that we are going to present today. First is fused silica glass. It is made from silica dioxide without adding any other chemicals. The fused silica glass requires high temperature, which is 1800 degrees Celsius to melt, and the fused silica glass do not expand nor contract when there is a large change in temperature. This fused silica glass is used to make telescope lens. Okay, next slide.
Hai, Kimi seorang je ke present?
Lepas ni
Next is
Okay,
soda
okay.
lime glass. It is made from silica, silicon dioxide, sodium bicarbonate, and limestone, which is calcium carbonate. The presence of sodium bicarbonate lowers the melting point of silicon dioxide. The melting point of the glass is 1000 Celsius. It is easily molded and used to make glass container. It cannot withstand high temperature and crack easily when there is a sudden change in temperature.
Okay, alright. So pada katanya, okay, soda lime glass ni digunakan untuk apa? Daily usage Okay, so please remember, okay, benda ni adalah untuk daily usage. Okay, contoh kita buat macam apa, botol kicap, botol sos. Okay, so ini adalah for the daily use.
Oh, okay. So, the third type of glass is borosilicate glass. So, as we know, borosilicate glass is made of silica, soda, limestone, boron oxide, and aluminum oxide. Many laboratory glassware, such as beakers and flasks, are made from borosilicate glass because of its resistance to heat. Then, this glassware do not crack easily when subjected to thermal stress because of its low expansion coefficient. And then, borosilicate glass can be removed from the refrigerator and heated immediately without cracking. Maksudnya kalau kita panaskan, setinggi mana dia ada certain temperature, tapi dia tak mudah crack. Sama juga kalau kita letak dia dalam refrigerator ataupun freeze dia tak juga crack. So selain daripada laboratory glassware, menurut saya punya apa yang search dalam Google, dia borosilicate glass juga ada digunakan dalam pembuatan ovenware, dishware. Contohnya kalau saya cakap dia punya brand adalah Pyrex satu, lepas tu Giacomo yang popular lah.
Yes, betul. So kita banyak use borosilicate ni dekat dalam lab awak dah sentiasa guna dah pun. Okay, gelas-gelas ni. Okay, good.
So the last type of glass is a lead crystal glass. So lead crystal glass is made from silica, soda, and lead oxide. So lead replaces calcium to produce glass that is softer and denser. Then lead glass is heavier and has a high refractive index. And this glass is suitable to be used in making fusion.
Okay, lead crystal ni satu je kegunaan dia, okay, iaitu glass prism. Alright, awak belajar kan prism dalam physics kan? Okay, dia akan refraction of light. Okay, it is used in the refraction of light. Okay, habis. Okay, next. Group Tif Tif, Alana, Dayang, Haziq, and also Harith.
A very good morning to our teacher and fellow classmates. Today, our group will present about 8.3, which is composition of ceramics and its uses.
Okay, siapa start ni?
Saya. What is ceramic? Ceramic
Saya
is
mute
a
kan sekejap
solid
Alana.
made out of inorganic and non-metallic substance. Non-metallic substance is a do not conduct heat and electricity. And example non-metallic substance in the periodic table such as hydrogen.
Sekejap.
Heating technique
Sekejap.
at high temperature.
Dayang, sekejap sekejap.
Most of ceramic are made up of metal compounds, non-metal compounds, or metallic compounds.
Dayang sekejap. Saya dapat berita sekejap. Okay, tak apa, boleh sambung. Sorry.
Physics. So there are 3 examples of ceramic product. Ni which is aluminum oxide. Aluminum oxide is insoluble in water. Then we have titanium carbide. Then silicon carbide. Next.
Dia carbide tau, carbide. Bukan carbide, carbide.
Carbide.
Okay.
The basic properties of ceramic. Ceramic consists of 6 basic properties, which is high thermal resistant, break easily, chemical inert, electrical insulator, hard and strong, and heat insulator. There are a few examples of high thermal resistant in which the lighting of blast furnace, while for the example for easy to break, which is the porcelain dental crowns, and for the chemical inert is kitchenware and household. For the electrical insulator, it consists of circuit chip and motherboard. As for hard and strong, it consists of floor and root tiles and bricks and cement, while for the heat insulator, for the high thermal resistant, Because atoms in ceramic are bonded by strong covalent bond and ionic bond, so the ceramic only melt at very high melting temperature and hard and impervious to pressure. As force applies, atoms cannot slide over one another on the grounds that these molecules are empathically reinforced in indefinite arrangement. Electrons in ceramic cannot move freely to conduct electricity or heat. Ceramics are brittle and weak towards stretching. Dah.
Okay, kalau perasan, basic properties of ceramic ni lebih kurang macam glass Okay, cumanya saya nak tanya, kenapa dia break easily? Kenapa dia break easily? Apa akan jadi kalau dia tak break easily?
Jap.
Alah, jangan ni.
Sebab dia tu sebab dia punya molecular structure ke so?
Jangan fikir chemistry sangat. Jangan fikir chemistry sangat. Dia benda tu simple je. Saya just nak tanya logik je.
Sebab mostly dia made daripada dia banyak daripada surgical apparatus.
Tak juga. Just fikir seramik yang dekat rumah awak je. Kenapa dia kena break easily? Cuba fikir benda tu.
Sebab dia macam kaca.
Dia bukan kaca, dia seramik. Okay, sekejap selingan. Okay, kita orang baru dapat berita. Okay, cikgu awak ni baru dapat berita yang Cikgu Gaf, okay, Cikgu Gaf dia dimasukkan ke hospital sebabnya dia sesak nafas dan tak sedarkan diri sekarang. Okay, so he's being transferred to hospital umum daripada hospital Sri Aman. So doakanlah, okay, kesihatan Cikgu Gaf awak. Terkejut juga sebab dia jatuh, dia tak sedar diri sekarang. Okay.
Dekat mana sir?
I'm not sure dia koma ke apa ke, saya tak pasti. Tapi mengikut kata madam, sekarang ni keadaan dia tak sedar diri lah. Maksudnya itulah. Terkejutnya. Okay, alright. Tak apa, doakan yang baik-baik insyaAllah. Okay, kenapa dia kena break easily? Okay, sebabnya adalah kalau awak bayangkan kan, kalau awak nak buat tile tu, okay, kalau tile tu tak pecah, macam mana awak nak buat mama tu kan? Okay, that's why dia kena break easily. Faham tak?
Hard surface.
Jubin dekat rumah awak tu, kalau dia tak senang pecah, then macam mana kita nak bentukkan dia dekat tepi-tepi tu? Okay, that is why ceramik ni dia memang kena break easily. Okay, itu adalah properties yang diperlukan. Kalau ceramik ni macam batu kan, dah susah lah kita nak jadikan dia sebagai bahan buatan. Okay, alright. Okay, tak apa, boleh teruskan.
Okay.
Proceed.
Yep. For traditional ceramic are made from clay such as
Okay.
Traditional ceramic are made from clay such as kaolin, aluminum oxide, silicon dioxide, dihydrogen monoxide. Clay is mixed with water to produce a soft, moldable mixture. The mixture is then heated at very high temperature. Generally, traditional ceramic are used to make brick, pottery, and crockery. For the basic properties of traditional ceramic, first, they have enough to work chemical, such as acid, salt, and water. Second, hard and strong. Excellent mechanical properties and relatively cheaper made ceramic products such as tile, brick, and concrete to be widely used in construction. Third, high melting point, so suitable to be used as crucible, clay pot, heat insulator,
Crucible.
crucible, clay pot, heat
Crucible.
insulator in oven and engine block.
Okay.
Last,
Jap. Sabar Aziz. Cuba
okay.
gerakkan slide tu. Mana slide tu?
Nang nak tu je.
Ni je, traditional ceramic ni je. Okay. Tak apa, teruskan.
Last, do not conduct electricity, high dielectric strength. Make it suitable material as electric insulator in high voltage electrical distribution system. Dah.
Okay.
Tu je.
Okay, advanced ceramic.
Okay. For advanced ceramic is ceramic made from inorganic compounds such as oxide, carbides, and nitrates. Advanced ceramic also replacing metals where reduced density and higher resistance to heat and abrasion. It is also higher melting points and high heat capacities. Okay. Advanced ceramics such as silicon carbide used to make cutting discs because of due to its hard and strong properties. For break, advanced ceramic also used to break discs, which it can withstand thermal shocks and has high resistance to heat. Besides,
Okay.
it is also used.
Tak apa Lana, kejap. Apa tu break this Lana? Apa tu break this?
Break this yang kita guna yang macam mana cakap tu sir?
Apa dia?
Break this.
Yang lain? Yang lain tolong Alana, apa benda?
Sekejap sir. Bukan dia type of break yang kita guna dalam bengkel.
Break disc ni ada dekat tayar. Okay, dalam tayar kereta ke, tayar motor ke. Okay, penting kan? Yang mana dekat break disc ni juga ada brake pad. Okay. Diorang ni dia bukan besi tau. Okay, dia adalah seramik. Okay, awak kena faham benda tu. Okay. Tak apa, kalau perempuan tak tahu tak apa, dimaafkan. Kalau lelaki tak tahu pumuk je. Tapi perempuan pun tak boleh. Perempuan pun kena tahu tukar tayar. Okay. Alright. Advanced ceramic to make tungsten carbide ring. Okay, alright. Petrus, kenapa tu? Nak tukar tayar ke Petrus? Okay, alright. Apa teruskan? Excited nak present. Okay. Okay, next. Ceramic uses and its application.
Lastly is ceramic uses application. there is three type of example of ceramic uses, such as in medicine, transportation, and energy production. First, first is medicine. Zirconia ceramic is used in dental implants. Alumina ceramic is used to make knee bone. And ceramic also used in magnetic resonance imaging, MRI machine, because it has superconductivity properties. For transportation, engine components in jet planes, next, yeah. Engine components in jet planes are made from ceramic. And lastly, for energy production, ceramic is used to make electrical insulator in high voltage areas such as power station. Ini gambar. Thank you.
Okay. Alright, so mesti awak baru tahu kan sebenarnya sekarang ni tak semua sebenarnya enjin komponen dekat dalam kereta tu, enjin komponen pula. Okay, komponen-komponen dalam kereta tu tak semuanya diperbuat daripada besi, okay, ataupun alloy. Okay, ada juga sebahagiannya diperbuat daripada seramik. Okay, benda yang kita sangka macam apa? Macam besi tu rupa-rupanya itu bukanlah besi. Okay, itu adalah seramik. Okay, alright, good, thank you. Okay, so we proceed. Siapa next? Composite materials and its important. Oh, nak saya present ke Amanda? Petrus. Ada ni, tadi ada Amanda ada bagi USB. Hakim mana Hakim? Wujud ke tak Hakim ni? Okay. Makeup, amboi. Pandai lagi ni. Okay, alright. Boleh present? Saya tak nampak tahu benda awak dah tulis tu. Okay, alright. Teruskan presentation. Petrus, Amanda, Hakim, Wan and also Zelda.
Okay, good morning, sir, and to my fellow friends.
Yeah.
So today our group would like to present 8.4 composite materials and its importance. Composite materials are made from combining two or more non-homogeneous substances, that is metric substance and straightening substance. So these are examples of their uses. The first one is reinforced concrete. Reinforced concrete are produced when steel bars or wire mesh, which is strengthening substance, immersed in concrete, which is metric substance.
Okay, sekejap Amanda. Okay, kejap. Okay, baik. Awak kena faham dua benda ni Okay, this is new. Okay, this is new to you. Okay, dan juga tu pun dia adalah benda yang baru lah. Okay, which is saya bersyukur dia masuk dalam kemis ni. Okay, so kalau awak semua, kalau ada sebahagian daripada awak nak jadi civil engineering, okay, so you have to know this. Okay, sebab dia menggabungkan dua substance. Satu adalah strengthening substance, satu lagi adalah metric substance. Okay, saya nak tanya awak, apa benda tu steel bar and also wire mesh dalam bahasa Melayu? Jawab. Siapa-siapa je jawab. Krik.
Bukan yang selalu orang guna kalau buat jambatan tu ke je?
Ya, buat jambatan. Apa benda tu steel bar tu? Steel bar and also wire mesh. Dalam bahasa Melayu dia tu.
Steel bar ialah palang keluli. Wire
Palang
mesh
keluli.
saya tak tahu.
Palang keluli.
Okey, orang-orang panggil dia apa tu sebenarnya? Alah, selalu yang korang nampak dekat Pen Borneo tu kan ada besi-besi tu kan?
Yang mana sir?
Alah, kalau nak buat jambatan tu pasal awak akan nampak macam besi-besi yang terkeluar tu.
Oh, besi-besi yang panjang tu.
Ya, yang panjang. Itu adalah cerucuk. Okey. Cerucuk. Kalau dia nak buat base, dia kena ada cerucuk yang kuat. Okey. Alright, so that's why kalau kita hanya letak simen je, okey, kita letak simen konkrit tu je tanpa ada letak tanpa ada letak besi dekat dalam tu, okey, then dia senang hancur. Okey? Alright, so that is why it is called as reinforced concrete. Okay, alright.
Next is fiberglass. Fiberglass produced when plastic is strengthened with glass fibers. Example is used in car bumper and printed circuit board. Mahal.
Okay. Hello.
Oh, next is fiberglass. It is produced when plastic is strengthened with glass fibers. Example, car bumper and printed circuit board.
Okay, baik. Siapa ni? Pit ke? Wan ke?
Saya Sam.
Okay.
Number 3, optical fiber consists of 3 layers that is innermost layer, the core, and the outermost layer. The innermost layer is the core made up of silica glass fibers that strengthening substance. The core is encased in a second layer or cladding made up of glass or plastic. And the outermost layer is made up of plastic that acts as a protective jacket. Example, optical fiber and cables in computer network.
Wah boy, Pit suara dia. Berlatih vokal ke kat rumah? Berlatih vokal K-pop ke kat rumah ni?
Mana dosa? Tak ada.
Okay. Alright. Optical fiber.
1.
Okay, siapa next? Saya tak nampak awak tau kejap. Siapa next?
Okay.
Oh, Wan. Okay.
Next is photochromic glass. Photochromic glass is formed when glass matrix substance is combined with silver chloride and copper chloride strengthening substance. The composite properties in the photochromic glass is reduce refraction of light, control amount of light passes through it automatically, and the last has the ability to change color and become darker when exposed to UV light. Then that is next slide is the example for the photochromic glass, which is camera lens, building window, and car window.
Ya, okay. Dan juga kita ada juga dekat spek mata, okay, kat spectacles. Okay, kita ada photochromic glass juga. Bila kalau perasan, bila dia keluar dekat matahari kan, okay, dia punya spek dia akan jadi gelap. Tapi bila dia masuk kat tempat redup, okay, lepas tu dia akan cerah semula. Okay, so itu adalah example of photochromic glass. Okay, okay, next, superconductor.
Next is superconductors such as yttrium, barium, copper oxide. Ceramic is composite material that has superconductivity properties other than alloy. This superconductor is used to make electromagnet that are superconductor magnet or supermagnet. Superconductor magnets are light and have strong magnetic force. Superconductor magnets are used in particle accelerator and involved in nuclear magnetic resonance machine and magnetic resonance imaging machine. For the example,
Woi, siapa yang gelak tu? Okay, okay.
Dah sir.
Dah, okay. Okay, these are the example, okay, which is magnetic resonance imaging and also particle accelerator. Okay, benda ni saya belajar waktu dekat uni dulu, okay. Yang mana kalau kita nak masuk, Wan pernah masuk ke MRI ni?
Pernah.
Pernah kan? Rasanya Wan lagi layak kot nak bercerita pasal MRI ni. Awak kena pakai apa waktu kat MRI ni, Wan?
Pakai apa sir?
Nak masuk MRI ni, apa benda yang dia buat kat awak?
Dia cek tak ada benda, pakai tak ada pakai sebetas, tak ada pakai macam besi-besi, tak ada lekat dekat badan semua tu. Tukar baju.
Betul kan. So awak kena tukar baju, okey, yang mana baju tu nipis je kan sebenarnya kan. Okey, baju macam baju hospital tu je lah. Okey, tapi dia tak boleh ada barang-barang besi dan sebagainya. Okey. Lama tak Wan awak masuk dalam MRI ni?
2 jam.
2 jam. Bising ke tak?
Bising.
Kan. Okey, yang mana dia akan dipakaikan macam apa tu? Headphone Awak pakai tak headphone tu? Ke tak pakai?
Tak.
Oh tak Okey, kat sini dia tak pakai. Okey, lepas tu dia macam bila dah masuk benda tu dia macam apa? Macam construction site, betul tak?
Bunyi bising je sir. Lepas tu dia ada masukkan ubat pewarna sir.
Betul. Masukkan ubat kat dalam badan kan? Okay, alright. Betul. Dia bila kita MRI ni adalah dia nak check dia nak check body kita tu ada apa masalah. Okay, dia akan detect melalui fluid yang masuk dalam badan kita tu. Okay. Tapi MRI ni dia tak detail lagi. Okay, dia ada lagi satu benda yang dia lagi detail which is CT scan. Okay. Alright. So dalam MRI ni dia bukannya senyap. Okay, dia sangatlah bising macam orang tengah buat jalan tu. Okay, bunyi dia tung kan. Okay, siapa je pernah masuk sini MRI ni, okay. Dia experience lah. Lepas tu mesti awak tidur je kawan dalam tu kan?
Yes sir. Tidur.
Tidur kan? Iyalah bosan kot tak tahu nak buat apa. Kau pandang apa je kat atas tu kan? Okay. Alright, so MRI dan juga particle accelerator okay, so benda ni memang saya memang ada satu subjek, okay, waktu dekat uni dulu saya belajar pasal MRI ni je. Okay, dan juga saya pun adalah beberapa kali masuk dalam MRI ni, okay, for study purpose, okay. Alright, okay, good. So dekat dalam tu adalah superconductor. Okay, alright, next. Modify body dalam robot. Okey, tak sakit pun masuk dalam tu. Kan Wan kan, tak sakit pun. Cumanya dia bising lah, dia bising. Tapi dia kena bogel lah Okey. Tak silap saya boxer pun tak boleh pakai. Spenda pun tak boleh. Kalau perempuan tu kena tanggal bra tu. Sebab bra dia besi kan. Okey. Alright, tak apa, kita boleh proceed. Siapa next ni?
Fahmi.
Oh, Fahmi. Weh, kau tubuk Aiga. Cepat Fahmi. Fahmi, Nivel, Fakri and also Azad. Mana Azad? Tata tidur lagi.
Hello, hello, hello.
Ya, dengar.
So, the next one adalah sambungan daripada tadi. So, 8.5 comparison and difference in properties of composite materials and their original component. So, composite material have different properties compared to their original components. So, the first one, as you know, reinforced concrete. So, concrete can withstand high compression force but will break if subjected to high stretching force. So the combination of concrete and steel bar or wire mesh can increase the ability of the concrete to withstand compression forces. So the properties of the concrete, the first one is high compression strength. Second one, of course, low stretch. So it will combine with the steel bar. The properties of steel bar is high stretching strength and corrode easily. The combination will make reinforced concrete. So the properties of reinforced concrete, it will high compression strength, high stretching strength, and the last one is resistant to corrosion. So the second one is the fiberglass. The fiberglass is the combination between the plastic and the glass fiber. So the properties of plastic, the first one is low stretching strength. The second one is low heat and electrical conductivity. The third one resistant to corrosion, and the last one is durable. So the glass fiber properties is, the first one is high stretching strength and low heat and electrical conductivity, and the combination will form a fiberglass that is heat and electrical conductivity, high stretching strength, resistant to corrosion, and the last one, of course, it will durable.
Okay.
Okay. Properties for plastic is high compression strength and flexible. Plastic will combine with glass fiber. Property for glass fiber is low compression strength and hard. Plastic combined with glass fiber okay. The composite material is optical fibers. The property for optical fiber is high compression strength and flexible.
Okay.
Okay. Next, photochromic glass. Next class me. Photochromic glass is combination of glass and silver chloride. The properties of glass is transparent, does not absorb UV rays, not sensitive to light. While the properties of silver chloride is transparent to visible light, absorbs UV rays, sensitive to light intensity. The properties of photochromic glass is transparent, absorb UV rays, and the absorption of UV rays depend on light intensity.
Superconductors can conduct electrical current without any resistance at very low temperature, whereas its original component cannot. The original component of superconductor YbCO is yttrium-3 carbonate, copper-2 carbonate, barium carbonate, and oxygen. So its properties is high electrical resistance at room temperature.
Okey. Oh, ada Azad rupanya. Okey. Alright, good. Okey, kalau awak perasan sebenarnya yang last ni, okey, comparison ni adalah untuk mengatakan bahawa diorang ni semuanya need each other. Okey, kalau ada seorang tu disadvantages, lagi satu dia akan cover, okey? Contohnya superconductor dan sebagainya. Okey, so superconductor tadi tu dia penting, okey, untuk kegunaan dia dekat cuba mana tadi Fahmi? Hilang dah. Kalau perasan tadi yang last tu dia penting untuk kegunaan dekat tempat-tempat sejuk sebab dia tak ada electrical resistance at a very low temperature. Okay, alright. Okay, so saya akan cover sikit je nanti lagi bila kita dah jumpa nanti kat sekolah. Okay, dan juga kita akan ambil masa dalam lebih kurang 3 minggu awal, okay, sebelum Chinese New Year untuk kita recap balik ROR dan juga chapter ni sikit sebelum kita masuk chapter form 5 nanti. Okay, alright. So besok hari Rabu kan. Okay, besok hari Rabu saya nak buat test. Dengar tak? Ke dah hilang dah semua orang ni. Okay, so besok saya nak buat test. So awak boleh share awak punya slide dekat dalam group kelas lah. Okay. Alright, dah buka kamera semua.
Terus belum mandi.
Maknanya mandi ke tak mandi ke buka je.
Mandi
tapi saya ada satu
tu.
masalah yang mana saya tak boleh nampak muka semua orang. Fahmi tolong ni screen capture. Sebab saya just nampak beberapa orang je yang buka kamera. Kalau semua tak buka tu saya tak boleh nampak. Ya Allah, masing-masing rambut dah macam cendawan dah aku tengok. Buka kamera. Yang saya tak nampak Azad, Pete, Petrus, Wan, Sam. Petrus ni buka ke tak kamera dia ni? Kira. Okey, ambil gambar. Alah, tak payah nak make up sangat lah Petrus.
Pakai blusher lah Petrus.
Ya, Nivel dah macam apa? Dah macam Korea dah. Tengok saya dah tak nampak muka awak dah. Fahmi tolong ambil gambar. Kira lah.
Ada Fahmi.
Kira. Nanti tak ready kan? Apa benda Fahmi? Saya tak dengar awak cakap apa. Ketif boleh ambil gambar sebab kita tak dengar apa benda Fahmi cakap. Okey dah dengar apa?
Orang lain je kot. Saya punya tak nampak semua. Saya guna laptop juga.
Oh ya? Okey, siapa yang nampak semua?
Tiff go, Tiff.
Sik.
Tiff nampak?
Tak.
Samuel
okay,
lah Samuel.
Samuel
lah.
Sam?
Tak nampak juga adik bro.
Kejap. Saya rasa saya dah boleh nampak semua dah. Dah hilang dah. Okey, tak apa dah. At least saya dapat tangkap satu tadi. Okey, one more. Okey, 1, 2, 3. Kejap. 1, 2, 3. Okey dah. Thank you.
Kali
So, besok kita buat.
Tak nak.
Okay, bye.
Bye, sir. Thank you, sir.
Semua tak
Thank you,
manja.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, bye.
Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Ellie makin gemuk.
Oh, benda lah. Ni Fahmi ni mesti tak mandi lagi ni. Okay. Bye.